Okay, I admit I tried to do a bit of research. I tried to read up on the climate change conference that's been taking place in Glasgow for the last 2 weeks. Um, I tried. It's a lot. I got very bored. It didn't grab my attention. Um, I started reading this article, 5 important takeaways. So I get excited. Great, this is going to be a nice summary. No, I thought I was hoping like 5 bullet point, boom, boom, boom. Bringing the increase in temperature must only go up by 1.5 degrees Celsius in the next 50 years. Boom. Leonardo DiCaprio will promise to only fly 25 times in his private jet this year. Boom. Etc., etc., etc. All top sportsmen in the world that travel around the world, they'll fly economy. They won't all get in their own private jets. I thought just simple ones like that. So maybe I'll leave it for a bit. Wait for somebody clever and that'll come up with a much briefer, more simple summary. I reckon these guys they paid per word, so they're writing a dissertation. Somebody should just be able to, a clever journalist should just be able to give me a little paragraph summary. Couldn't find a paragraph summary. I really like little paragraphs, don't you? Oi, excuse me. So big weekend. We got two little kittens. Two little kittens arrived at the house. Still trying to get them acclimatized, introduced to our 3 dogs. So they've been kept like they've been kept in Alexa's bedroom, in my daughter's bedroom. And so far, no blood. Oh, mind you, blood was spilled. Our one friend came to visit, and she picked up the one cat, and the cat gave and a spit and scratched her, and there was blood. What can you do? So, if you planned on attending FW de Klerk's memorial service, funeral, well, you can't. Only family members. It's been closed to the media. FW de Klerk will be cremated on Saturday. Private family gathering. Now, what is family? You know, does that include very close friends, very close associates? Is it really? Does only family just mean really only family? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? How are they going to? It's a difficult one because people are clamoring to get there. Eugene de Kock, you remember Eugene de Kock from Vlakplaas, hit squad. He wanted to give the eulogy because he owes his life to Effia. Mine just the other way around. I think Effia owes his life to Eugene. I mean, Eugene de Kock, he took the fall. Anyway, so Eugene de Kock was going to give the eulogy. The family weren't keen. They're trying to distance Effia from that kind of thing. So Alfred Nomfumela, also another hit squad guy, he wanted to attend, but he's been asked to stay away. Funnily enough, Dr. Wouter Basson will be there. But they've asked him very nicely, Doctor, staan bly terug. Dr. Basson will just be right at the back. Now, how does that work? It's like double standards. Why can Eugene de Kock and Alfred Nomfumela, they can't attend, but Eugene de Kock, Dr. Wouter Basson can attend. You see, Dr. Wouter Basson has become socially acceptable. Well, in his little world. He's a cardiologist, a well-respected cardiologist. You see our titles in education going like schmear over, make you look nice. He's practicing at some clinic in Pretoria, I think. But Dr. Basson's been asked to keep quiet. Look, he is a very softly spoken man. You know, all the people he murdered, he didn't really talk to them. I don't even think he met them. I think he just supplied the poisons or the tranquilizers before they were thrown out of helicopters 100 meters over the sea and whatever. Cliff Saunders will be there, but he also closely. Yes, he's a member of the media, but you know, he's considered family. Rumors they're going to cover the coffin. They're going to cover the coffin in an old South African flag. I don't know if that's true. It hasn't been confirmed. They couldn't find an old South African flag, but then luckily there was one under. They found an old South African flag under Effie's bed. Turns out it was there. His son Willem says that he left it there, and Effie didn't know about it. And I think it's true, because when they took the flag out from under the bed, it was, you know, it had been folded very nicely from a long time ago, and it full of dust. They had to dust it off. And they found a copy. They found some copies of Lost Leaf as well. But Willem de Klerk, he took the fall for that as well. Not sure now. So current members of government, like our own President Ramaphosa, I'm assuming he will not be there, because it says only, it's a closed private ceremony only for family. So yes. Lucas Mangope, he passed away himself, so he won't be there. Is Gachapotelezi, former leader of the IFP, is he considered a politician? Is he considered a family member? I don't know. You see that, you know, very often when you're in business and private, your work and your private overlap. So who knows? Yeah. So I saw a little story. They're obsessed. When somebody dies, the media gather outside the house, and I saw a photo of the outside of the house in Fresno, still very quiet, except the odd estate agent. The odd estate agent is dropping off pamphlets. They're shoving the pamphlets into the postbox. One or two of the estate agents, they throw in like a heavy package. I think it's like a magazine over the wall into the driveway. The one, the Shih Tzu and the Rottweiler, they looked at the magazine. They got a bit of a fright when it hit the driveway. The one magazine landed in the flower bed. Hopefully somebody will fish that out. You see, this is what happens. You see, when somebody dies, and now there's a widow. So these estate agents, they think, the widow won't want to stay alone in the house. She'll want to sell. She'll want to move to a little flat in Sea Point, maybe. But I heard, I don't know if this is true, but I heard apparently they're wasting their time. The widow, I don't remember her name. Is it Alita? She says, over my dead body, I'm not leaving the house. This is the home that I built with my lifter, Frederick Willem. She says she can still smell him in the house. Well, he was a smoker. She can still smell the stale nicotine, or what is it? Smoke. The smoke is still embedded. She can still smell him. The step machine that FA used to use is still stuck on the settings that he liked. She says she's not changing the settings, but that's okay because she prefers the treadmill. So she's not leaving. So the estate, look, you can't tell an estate agent not. You got to try. They're going to look busy anyway. It's important. They'll shove the odd pamphlets into other houses in the area. Because maybe if one house sells, there's like a pattern where other houses might sell as well. You hope. Look, Fresnay is a good area in Cape Town. So she doesn't go to her own. So the Klerks didn't go to their own. They didn't go to the local gym in the area near Fresnay. Too many Jews and Schwarzes, apparently. I don't know if that's true. Anyway, so there you go. We're going to talk about FVA again. Yeah, maybe did you see did you read any of the articles over the weekend about FVA, all the analyses? I left it. There was too much going on the weekend. I had the new kittens, very cute. Big rugby on the weekends. Springboks beat Scotland, but then I fell asleep. So I'm allergic. Turns out I'm allergic to the cats. So I took two antihistamines. Knocked me out. I slept through the whole game. I think I went on YouTube and I watched the highlights. It looked like we played well. Ireland beat the All Blacks. One of the best rugby games I've ever watched. Fantastic. England beat the Wallabies. I kind of like watched that with one eye open, one eye closed. Big story is the soccer. I don't really follow soccer. You've never heard me mention. This is not a sports show. But I've got to tell you, it's just... So Ghana beat Bafana. Penalty against Bafana. Turns out there was no contact at all between the Bafana player and the Ghanaian player. The Ghanaian player dived. That Ghanaian player, he should have been booked, yellow card or even a red card. The Bafana player, he was booked, got a yellow card. He didn't even touch the guy. So big controversy. SAFA, the SAFA CEO, Tebogo Motlanthe. I'm sure he's a relation, eh? To Kalema. They say SAFA is actually, they believe it was a terrible injustice, and they're actually going to insist on an investigation for match fixing. Now, very melodramatic. You know, you can't jump to a match fixing kind of conclusion. Just very bad reffing. I'm confused. When you watch rugby and cricket, they use the television match referee like they study the video like they're studying the Talmud. They're studying the shroud of Jesus. They study the video of what happened. Did he touch the ball? Was it knocked forward? Was he on the line? Was he off the line? Was there sound? Let's listen to the snickometer. I mean, if the wicketkeeper farts, we'll hear the wicketkeeper fart. Soccer, for some reason, biggest game in the world, most audience in the world, and they're not. I thought they were using the technology, VAR, whatever that stands for, video assisted referee. Why didn't they use it? The referee should have given the sign. Hey, let's look. Anyway, so we're out of the World Cup. So we got this expensive coach, Bruce, and that's it. We're out of the World Cup. Look, we used to it, eh? We are South Africans. We used to not making the World Cup. We used to it. We're going to have to host the World Cup again in order to be in the World Cup. And that is the sad reality. So maybe in the year 3000. Maybe we'll see. Okay, so let's leave that for now. You know, we're going to be really, people are going to be talking about this for the next week. Maybe then by the weekend we would have moved on. Guess what happened? Guess what else happened to me over the weekend? And this was a test of my character, a test of my social skills, a test of my I don't know, the way I handle pressure and frustration and stress. we had an anti-vaxxer in our house on Sunday. So, lady from our area, I know her from years and years ago. Her father was friends with my father, and I know her uncle, and yada yada yada. Her kids go to the same school as Alexa. They want to come look at the kittens. Her children want to come look at the kittens, and we'll make pancakes as well. Now, we never pressed her. We never asked her, have you had the vaccine? She brings it up. I'm an anti-vaxxer, she says. So I look at her and I said, well, that's nice. I said to her, people are fanatic, and I'm being sarcastic. I think she realized I was being sarcastic. She carried on about the farm. We're slaves to the pharmaceutical industry, apparently. But the main thing is, you read up and you hear about people. I will not allow any unvaccinated people in my house. You cannot come into my house if you're unvaccinated. Look, I think it's a bit extreme. My wife and I are both fully vaccinated. She was in the house already. What must I do? She's in our kitchen. We're making pancakes. I remained calm. In fact, I was even told afterwards, Bernice said to me, Damon, you actually weren't bad. You weren't too rough on her. So we were gentle. Explained to her, there's about 4.5 billion people in the world who've been vaccinated. And anyway, she had these stories about people with the thickening of the blood and all these bobbermasses. I remained calm. I said to her, you know what? I'll leave it to the experts. I'll leave it to people that have been studying. They're doctors, they're scientists, they're researchers, they're virologists, they're immunologists, they're epidemiologists. I'm going to leave it to the experts. Then she starts getting all technical about this and that. I said to her, you know what? It's not my business. I'm not going to start analyzing and questioning. And then they started going into the, why, if I'm unvaccinated, why is it a problem? So I remain calm. I explained the whole situation. If you are unvaccinated, you're more likely to carry the virus. There's more of a chance of the virus replicating and mutating. It's more likely for you to spread the virus on. And then she says, how do you know that? So I said to her, well, you know what? I listen to the experts. The main thing is we kept it very nice and civil and friendly. I don't think she felt demeaned or she didn't feel unwelcome in our house. I think we were very nice. And that's what you got to do. You can't, what? Yes, I think she's wrong. I think she's in the wrong and I disagree with her. And I think she's ignorant and maybe selfish. But, what can you do? I think you got to, what's the word? You can't be an idealist. I think that's it. You can't be an idealist. You can't expect everybody to do the right thing. And we're fully vaccinated, and you know what? She's welcome back in our house. How about that? She even admits it. She even said, my father's he's very cross with me. My sister's not talking. Her whole family are very upset. They're very upset. My family are very upset with me. So I'm thinking to myself, well, why is your family upset with you? Maybe think about it. I didn't go there. I left it. You know what? Let's just make it all about me for a second. I think I handled the situation pretty well. How would you have handled it? I think you can't be fanatical. And that's the way I see it. Okay. And I think perhaps we'll leave it at there.